At Alton Elite Jiu-Jitsu, we help students...
Talking about a technical difficulty to start the day. My buttons ain't working. 9:01. Happy Tuesday to all of you. CJ Nasello, it's our daily show in the heart of the 618 on RiverBender.com and Roku TV. Good show for all of you guys today. Going to be talking to Duke Bakery in about 10 minutes or so. Always love when Ben comes into the studio. And some exciting news that, I hate to tell you, but this show's been dropping a lot of great food news lately, and it continues. And 20 minutes, so I think you want to stay around for the conversation with Duke Bakery. Then at 10:10, we're going to be talking to the Alton Memorial Health Services Foundation, getting details on some great stuff happening in the community. Then at 10:35, we're going to be 10:45, going to be talking to St. Ambrose. Principal Baird joins us and some of the students for Catholic Schools Week, and just getting a recap on that. We were going to talk to them last week, but the snow days kind of, they happened. 10:50, we're going to be talking to Representative Amy Elik, getting a District 111 update on all the great things happening, and just a preview of the year to come within the area. So a busy show today. Hope you're here for the next 2 hours. Top of the hour news now. Here's what you need to know on this Tuesday morning. Make sure you download the RiverBender.com app today. We'll start off right here with our roundup from Dalton Brown. 3 local men have been charged with Class 3 felony aggravated battery following separate incidents in Alton and in Granite City. Here's what we know first. Flynn Schaffner, 44, is accused of pushing an elderly victim from a wheelchair, causing bodily harm in November 2025. In a separate case, Donald Berry, Jr., 37, faces charges for striking a person with his vehicle in a Walgreens parking lot in May 2025. In Granite City, in a separate case, Anthony Sandella Jr., 31, allegedly struck a victim in the face at a Phillips 66 location on New Year's Eve. All accused have been released pending trial, and that's a part of, again, Dalton Brown's roundup at RiverBender.com/news. Also in the news today, at the February 2nd Woods River City Council meeting, Police Chief Brad Wells and Mayor Tom Stalkup recognized exceptional service within the department for 2025. Officer Brendan Wright received the Officer of the Year award, handling 2,706 calls and ranking among the top 3 in arrest, showcasing his efficiency and proactive policing. Telecommunicator Christine Kessler earned Telecommunicator of the Year for her professionalism, sound judgment, and calm under pressure. Excellence awards were also given to Telecommunicator Megan Cato and Officer Catherine Castelli, praised for their dedication and exemplary response during that helicopter crash in Hartford. You can see a full story at RiverBender.com/news. The Fairview Heights Police Department has welcomed 2 new K-9 teams to strengthen law enforcement and community safety efforts. Here's what we know. K-9 Copo, partnered with Officer Lauren Reed, brings several years of experience to the force. Meanwhile, K-9 Goose, who arrived from Belgium, is currently completing training with Officer Shane Cordy at the K-9 Police Academy. These additions aim to enhance the department's capabilities in crime prevention and response. Officer Cordy and Goose are preparing for their upcoming duties, marking a significant step forward in expanding the department's K-9 unit as of early 2026. Finally, in the news today, Congresswoman Mary Miller, alongside Congressman Bost and Congressman Darren LaHood, has led a letter to the Illinois State Board of Elections raising concerns about the accuracy of Illinois voter rolls and compliance with federal election laws ahead of early voting beginning on February the 5th. The letter highlights ongoing issues such as the state's failure to require voter ID, delayed mail-in ballot counting, and inadequate maintenance of voter lists. These shortcomings have fueled doubts about election integrity and adherence to the National Voter Registration Act. The lawmakers emphasize the need for transparency and accountability in the Illinois electoral process. And that's a look at what's happening around the Riverbend this Tuesday morning. Let's take a look at weather. It's a lot warmer than it was. That's all I'll say about it. 31 degrees, and it feels like 34 out there. You know, today you could see a few flurries this morning. Otherwise, it will just be chilly with considerable cloudiness, and you could watch for some freezing drizzle as well throughout the morning. Tonight, mostly cloudy and colder. Right now, air quality is at 64, which is moderate, so you might need to take an allergy pill today. Temperatures today will reach 34 and drop down to 17 overnight as we head into Wednesday. On Wednesday, a high of 28 degrees, a low of 15. And some positive news, Wednesday will be the coldest day of the next 5. On Thursday, a high of 38, a low of 30. On Friday, a high of 45, a low of 24. And then on Saturday, temperatures still in the 40s, a high of 42, and a low of 25. That's a look at your next 5 days. Here's what's happening now, my friends. 31 degrees in downtown Alton. It feels like 34 out there for time and temperature throughout the day. 618-465-4545. This time powered by Bounce Back, Rehab, Recover, Return Home. You can also stay up to date in real time all the time by downloading the RiverBender.com app today. So, hey, while I have you, let me fill you in on Precision Point Armory. Sorry, my hairspray fell out if you guys are wondering what's going on with CJ's hair at home. Let me fill you in on Precision Point Armory. You know, this is where accuracy meets confidence. We've had Ben on the show a couple of times, and really just getting to know him and his training methods, it's really bringing me such understanding. And, you know, I think that's what really is needed when you're looking for that option. You know, we're really happy to have Ben partnered up on the show and really just informing us on all the different training opportunities through Precision Point Armory. You can go online to the book online tab, and it'll take you all to these great offerings, whether it's one-on-one training, handgun fundamentals, the concealed carry class, the 3-part handgun training program. There's a ton of opportunities there. And when you hear Ben speak on the show, it's really just that confidence and that big priority on safety first and doing things according to law, really done right at Precision Point Armory. You can find out more at precisionpointarmory.net. That's precisionpointarmory.net. And don't forget to tell Ben that I sent you over their way. 9:09, little bit of change on this Tuesday morning. A quick look at downtown Alton and the Sky Bridge. We'll come back and hang out some more with Ben and Duke Bakery right after this. You stay there, and I'll be here. Our North Alton Godfrey Business Council Spotlight begins after this commercial break.
At Alton Elite Jiu-Jitsu, we help students of all ages build confidence, discipline, and real-world strength. Join a supportive community that challenges you to grow both on and off the mat. Experience the art of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu with a 7-day free trial at our new location. Call 618-795-2692 or visit AltonElite.com to start your journey today. Train hard, serve others, live elite at Alton Elite Jiu-Jitsu. When you need a project done right, on budget, and on time, trust Gillahan Concrete. Gillahan handles every kind of project, big and small. Commercial, industrial, residential, from room additions and garages to patios, driveways, and more. Gillahan brings quality and experience to every job. Family owned with over 30 years of service to our community. Call today at 618-781-3914 or visit GillahanConcrete.com.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today. Welcome back. Daily Show on a Tuesday. Spotlight on the North Alton Godfrey Business Council. Back in with Duke Bakery ahead of Super Bowl Sunday and, well, the onslaught of holidays that's primed up for Duke Bakery season.
all back to back this year, man.
How are we doing?
We're doing good. How are you, CJ?
Oh, doing great. It's been cool to see the social media for you guys lately. It seems like the sodas are really rocking and rolling.
They are, yeah.
And then really just this Super Bowl Sunday, a lot of people are just sharing and really liking the cookies again. The Chiefs aren't in it, but they're still the same good cookie.
That's right. The cookie doesn't change even though the teams may. So, yeah, we're gearing up. We've got Super Bowl this weekend, and then we go straight from that into Valentine's Day and then Mardi Gras. So,
well, and let's talk about those real quick.
Sure.
Take me through what Valentine's Day and Mardi Gras is looking like for you guys in terms of specials and ways that we can utilize you.
Well, Valentine's Day is huge for us. Mm-hmm. That's next to Thanksgiving, Christmas. It's the next biggest holiday, if you want to call it a holiday, for the bakery business. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So chocolate-covered strawberries have always been kind of the staple. However, we've seen in recent years where cookies and some of the cakes and pedophores have really kind of taken over the market.
What's a pedophore?
Pedophore is a little cake. We do heart-shaped pedophores, which are cut into the shape of a heart, but then they're dipped in what you call a roll fondant icing, which is like almost like a donut icing.
That's really cool.
Totally enrobed in that. Very sweet, but that's always a big popular item.
Well, and what I think is really cool too, man, I was on your website this morning getting ready, and it was really, I liked your assistant because I literally just told it, I said, how do I celebrate Super Bowl Sunday with Duke Bakery? And it told me how to get the cookies and everything. And it's
really,
you guys have such a large selection of items. It's really cool to have that where you can go in and really ask some questions and get their answers.
It's really cool, and of course, RiverBender does our website, and they do a great job for us, and we work closely with them. But watching, we can read the answers on the back end of what AI is doing. So it's always kind of fun to get in and make sure that it's answering the questions correctly.
Absolutely. And, going into this too, when's the best time to place our orders for this Sunday if we want to get cookies and everything going?
So let's see, what is today? Tuesday? I mean, we still have time. We take orders all the way up until the day of even. So, I mean, you could call us late as Sunday morning and we'll do our best to accommodate whatever you want. But it's always best to get them in early.
Well, and where can we find Duke beverages now? Or Duke sodas? Because I know that they were going crazy.
They are going crazy. So you can get them, of course, at our Alton and our Granite City location, but you can also get them at Sammy's Sandwiches, AP Cigars, Food Affair, Germania, Godfrey. And we're having more and more people pick them up all the time. So,
I like it.
So that's cool.
Well, what I think's cool too is the fact that you guys did a lot of really cool, I think, community initiatives the last, you always have, but the last year especially with, the free breakfasts and things like that. What are your thoughts on just being able to have that opportunity to provide that? And I didn't ask you the last time, but wanted to hit on that.
It's something that's kind of near and dear to our heart. I enjoy doing it. I enjoy the kids. So, we've been joking around the bakery saying it's the Baker Bin Tour right now. I was at St. Mary's School last fall and did a reading session with kindergarten and I think first grade. Last week I was at Hainer Library.
That's what I saw, yeah.
A couple weeks ago I was at East Alton Wood River. I think next week I'm at Medora School District.
That's really cool.
It's just kind of neat to have the interaction with the kids. And, you can call it giving back to the community if you want. I don't know. I just look at it as something that I enjoy doing. I like the interaction. It's always fun to have the question and answer with these kids. You never know what questions they're going to ask.
I bet.
So it's just a really good time,
Yeah. Well, and if a school administrator or anybody is interested in having you out, is there just reach out to Facebook or reach out to you?
Yeah, you can reach out. You can go to our website, do a contact us form, or you can call the bakery and we can set that up. But yeah, it's definitely been a fun last few months. Just, and all this is kind of in preparation for our 75th anniversary here in Alton. Yeah. And just kind of, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the community. Duke Bakery could do everything right or they could do everything wrong, but ultimately it comes down to the community supporting us. That's why we've been here for 75 years.
Well, and just such an exciting 75th anniversary, too, because it ties into the 250th and then Route 66 and everything else. So it's a big milestone year, and it's great that you guys can kind of, celebrate with everyone else, too, in a way.
And it is, and we just met with Great Rivers and Routes last week, and we're going to do a birthday celebration for our Alton store in July. The dates aren't finalized yet. Okay. Just watch Facebook and that for the finalized, the finalized dates. But we're going to do a collaboration with them for the 250th birthday of America, Miles Davis birthday, and Duke Bakery birthday.
Really cool.
That'll be in July. And then in April, we're going to do a collaboration with Great Rivers and Routes in Granite City for our 20th anniversary in Granite City, 100th birthday of Route 66, and the 250th anniversary of the country.
Fantastic. It's going to be really fun.
Yeah, we're pumped. It's exciting. There's a lot of exciting things coming up this year.
Now, I got to ask you, when do you start accepting king cake orders? Has that started?
Oh, yeah, it started. We're rolling with them now. So, I always count down the days to Fat Tuesday to
Fat
get them
Tuesday's
over.
early this year.
It's very early this year.
See, that's why I got thrown off. Now that because before we came on, you were saying it all hits you back to back. Now it makes sense.
Yeah, because I think Valentine's Day is on the 14th. That's, I think, Mardi Gras 16th or 17th.
It's the 17th.
17th. So that weekend is going to be huge because you'll have all the events that weekend before Fat Tuesday.
Oh, man. Yeah, you guys are going to be in for a whirlwind.
Oh, yeah.
Now, how do you prepare? Because I'm sure you've been used to this volume before and all of that. Is it just getting in earlier or just being organized? Getting in earlier,
working a little longer days, and calling in anyone and everyone that works for you or that has worked for you in the past that's willing to come in.
That's really cool.
So you always want to stay friends with those employees that move on and do other things because they're always willing to help out.
Absolutely. And you can learn more by going online to place your order today for this weekend or for Valentine's Day. You see it, I got it pulled up here on my screen, and that's what I asked Duke himself earlier about my Super Bowl stuff, but I'm a little zoomed in. But go ahead, order online. You can find out more about Duke Beverages and all the wedding stuff that you guys do. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back and continue this conversation right after this on RiverBender.com and Roku TV.
At Alton Elite Jiu-Jitsu, we help students of all ages build confidence, discipline, and real-world strength. Join a supportive community that challenges you to grow both on and off the mat. Experience the art of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu with a 7-day free trial at our new location. Call 618-795-2692 or visit AltonElite.com to start your journey today. Train hard, serve others, live elite at Alton Elite Jiu-Jitsu. When you need a project done right, on budget, and on time, trust Gillahan Concrete. Gillahan handles every kind of project, big and small. Commercial, industrial, residential, from room additions and garages to patios, driveways, and more. Gillahan brings quality and experience to every job. Family owned with over 30 years of service to our community. Call today at 618-781-3914 or visit GillahanConcrete.com.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today. Welcome back. Daily Show. My favorite part's whenever I don't have the microphones turned on. It's always my favorite because I get asked all the time, like, what do you guys talk about during the break? And I'm like, it could be a multitude of things. Normally it's me kind of complaining about something that happened to me at work or, within the city, but could just be shooting it, Yeah. What I think's so cool about what you guys do at Duke is you're able to grow and still stay true to who you are, and like what the original Duke Bakery was. And I think it ties in going back to just why we're here with the spotlight on the Business Council is, it's businesses like your guys' that have been around for, 75 years and have had that foundation, but are also, still going out and being a part of the community, not just saying, okay, we've been here, let's just keep working, but still staying true to what you started with. And I think it's really important as we tie it all in that we highlight that for you guys. Well,
and I think you're exactly right. I've often said if Duke Bakery was to move off of that corner at 9th and Henry Street, it probably would fail.
Yeah.
However, no new business would probably want to open up at 9th and Henry Street because it's the middle of a residential neighborhood. But that's kind of who we are. And that's where we're based at. It's where we've always been based at. And, we would never want to leave the Middletown neighborhood. And we never want to renovate to the point where it's going to change that nostalgic vibe of what you remember coming in when you were a kid. Mm-hmm. There's just too many memories that are held in that building. not just by us, but by the customers in the community.
Well, and see, that's where it's got to be so unique because, it's not, a lot of stores have that, generational customer and generational family, but it's different for you guys, I think, because the bakery, ties in with so many good memories for kids and growing up. Maybe it's going to church on a Sunday somewhere or getting off of school. And it's really tied into core memories, I think, for so many people, and it becomes a part of their life.
It does. And I was asked by a 5-year-old last week at dinner library, what's your favorite part of being a baker? And it's not the answer that most people would think.
Mm-hmm.
It's my favorite part of being a baker is that we are entrusted by so many friends, neighbors, people in the community to be part of their special day, whether it's their wedding, whether it's a birthday or a baby shower, whatever it may be. It's a lot of trust that the community puts into you, relying on you to be part of that special day for them.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of what's really cool about it, because you talk to people and you did my grandparents' wedding cake and you did my parents' wedding cake and now you're going to get to do mine. And the same goes for employees. We have multi-generational employees where we've had grandmothers, mothers, and now, the third generation in line that have worked for us.
Yeah.
And that's pretty cool.
I think so. And it really does make it truly a community store. And it's just so cool to see that blueprint growing and that footprint growing too. And that's where I just going back to it all, celebrating this year is going to be fun in July whenever we have it, but also just throughout the year, because I know that you guys really dig into just celebrating around us, whether it's events or now the 250. So it's going to be fun to kind of watch your guys' social media and everything.
Yeah, absolutely. And just keep your eye on the social media. We got a lot of things happening. I guess I can go ahead and say it now. It puts a little pressure on me that it's got to be done and ready, but we are going to be releasing a food trailer this year.
That's exciting.
We're hoping to have that on the road by the 1st of June is the goal.
See, I didn't know I didn't want to put pressure on you to even talk about it. That's what we were talking about before we came back on the break.
Sometimes I need that motivation to make things happen. So now I have all of our listeners that are going to motivate me to say, hey, you got to get this thing done. But yeah, it's been in the works. Honestly, it started in the works last fall. The soda ended up being a little bit more, I don't want to say demanding of my time, but it took off a little bit better than I thought it would even. So so now I need to kind of turn my focus on this food trailer and get that rolling.
Sorry, I'm having a squirrel moment. We'll talk about the food trailer here too, but look at this gift box. You just brought up sodas and I clicked on your website. This is the coolest sweetheart box. Look at that. You got some sodas in there, some really cool sweets too. Man, that's awesome. For $35, you can't beat that.
No, it's a deal.
That is a deal.
Go buy 2.
Exactly. Actually, you got to buy more than 2 because I want one. I'm going to get 40 of these sent to the studio. Going back into this though, been into the food trailer side, has this been something you always wanted to do? Or has this been something you kind of thought of recently?
I would say more within the last couple of years.
Okay.
It's kind of hit the radar, but I think it's a way to reach out to not only to the community here for events, but other communities in the surrounding area, whether it's Edwardsville or, Granite City, wherever. So, and, we'll also have it available for rent for private parties, whether it's a wedding reception or a kid's birthday party and you want us to come out to your house and do cupcakes or cookies, what have you, so we're going to have a variety of things that we're going to do with it.
Man, that's fantastic. That's seriously going to be great for a lot of, I love the weddings and because I told you, I said, if you were ready to go, man, I was ready to do it for the reception. That would have been awesome.
That would be awesome. But
and we'll stay tuned to social media and all of that when it's ready to release.
Definitely.
Well, and before I let you go, king cake orders, all that fun stuff. When's the cutoff date for those?
No real cutoffs.
Okay.
No, if you go online, there is a cutoff. On certain things, it's 3:00 the day before you pick it up. On other things, it's a couple days in advance. But if you call the bakery, we can accommodate orders all the way up to the last minute.
I forgot to ask, it's kind of sidebar, how many states have you shipped to yet? Because I know that you guys are doing pretty darn good when it comes to shipping.
I know the furthest that we have shipped has been Belgium. And that was the furthest, but I don't know the actual count of how many states.
That's incredible,
man. There's been quite a few for sure.
That's really cool. It's always a pleasure talking to you guys.
Same here.
Get your Valentine's Day orders in. That's really cool in that Sweetheart Soda gift box. Hint, hint. I'm just trying to, just in case Jackie's watching today. I don't think she is, but one can hope.
Go buy one for yourself and one for her.
That's right. We'll take a quick break. We'll leak everything in a write-up on RiverBender.com. This segment, again, powered by the North Alton Godfrey Business Council, where businesses just like Duke Bakery come together once a month and really just share that camaraderie and help make the community a better place, more transparent, just really learning all the great things going around. So we'll take a quick break. We'll come back, wrap up the 9 after this.
Do you need to declutter your space? Time to call me, the Queen of Junk. Since 1993, we have grown to be the leader in residential, commercial, and property management junk removal. At Sparks Junk Removal, we are eco-friendly. We recycle, donate, or repurpose items back into our community. Trash is our last resort to the landfill. Plus, with our all-inclusive service, our crews handle everything from labor to lifting and landfill fees. Give us a call or visit our website, sparksjunkremoval.net, to reclaim your space today.
At Alton Elite Jiu-Jitsu, we help students of all ages build confidence, discipline, and real-world strength. Join a supportive community that challenges you to grow both on and off the mat. Experience the art of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu with a 7-day free trial at our new location. Call 618-795-2692 or visit AltonElite.com to start your journey today. Train hard, serve others, live elite at Alton Elite Jiu-Jitsu.
Accidents happen in a heartbeat, but lives change forever. Whether it's a car crash, workplace injury, medical malpractice, or wrongful death, you don't have to face the consequences alone. Keith Short and Associates brings over 33 years of experience and a reputation for fighting fiercely for your rights. For relentless representation that you can trust, call Keith Short and Associates at 618-254-0055 today for a free consultation.
At Alton Elite Jiu-Jitsu, we help students of all ages build confidence, discipline, and real-world strength. Join a supportive community that challenges you to grow both on and off the mat. Experience the art of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu with a 7-day free trial at our new location. Call 618-795-2692 or visit AltonElite.com to start your journey today. Train hard, serve others, live elite at Alton Elite Jiu-Jitsu. When you need a project done right, on budget, and on time, trust Gillahan Concrete. Gillahan handles every kind of project, big and small. Commercial, industrial, residential, from room additions and garages to patios, driveways, and more. Gillahan brings quality and experience to every job. Family owned with over 30 years of service to our community. Call today at 618-781-3914 or visit GillahanConcrete.com.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
We're putting energy to work for you. Adding underground cables, installing advanced switches and sensors, storm hardening poles and power lines, making the energy grid stronger today so it can meet your needs tomorrow. Learn about projects in your area at Ameren.com/energyfuture.
Welcome back. 9:31. Keith Short. Keith Short and Associates back into the studio. And it's been almost a month since I've talked to you last. How's life treating you, man?
Life is very, very good. I have my last child graduating from college in May. She's going to school somewhere very far away, so we're trying to plan a trip to go see her graduate. And,
that'll be cool.
Yeah. So
congratulations.
But yeah, that my kids range from 38 almost down to 21. so and there's 8 of them, so this is the last in the journey.
Did you ever think you'd get to the last part, though, before we talk about our segment?
It keeps coming upon me because I got remarried, and I just adore my wife's 3 daughters, and Jen and I have been together 13 years. So I met Bella when she was 7.5 years old, or almost 8. And, to see her change and grow, she's a remarkable person. I just can't. They all are in their own ways, but Bella is 4'10", 4'10.5", and a very petite young woman, and went to school for the last 4 years in Italy.
Oh, wow.
And had the bravery to do this. And
Yeah.
she literally called us one time, I mean, when she was 18 years old, and she was in, I think, Charles de Gaulle Airport in Paris. And, I mean, this is the smallest, bravest person I've ever met. And she was scared, but she found her way. And now if we go to see her, we spend any time over there. I mean, this person leads us everywhere like we're children, because she knows everything about it. She was there when the American Pope became Pope.
Oh, no, that would have been fun.
She was like, and she lives like literally right up the road from
It's
there.
incredible. Well, it's a great area, too, and a lot of history. Congratulations on that, and hopefully having a good trip and all that, Keith. Yeah. Well, as we're getting back into it, I've really enjoyed our segments because, I'm not a lawyer, I'm not a paralegal or have any legal knowledge, but it's great to where you can break it down to where I can understand it. And I know that if I can, other folks can too. And, as we get back into it for 2026, where should we start?
Well, it's something interesting. It doesn't involve me at all, but I saw something today in one of the local papers, and it really struck a nerve with me because it involves another firm of really talented lawyers and good people. I mean, people that I know, they're not my opponents, they're my competitors. And I've known some of these folks for 20 years. And they're good people. They wouldn't cheat anyone. They don't need to either in the area they're practicing. But one of the firms, actually a couple of them, here in Alton, Internet or so, are being sued by this defendant. And it's just such BS. It's because, and here's why. So imagine the hypocrisy of a defendant who, along with other defendants, engaged in this remarkable effort to hide the risks of a disease process that workers could get. And, it's asbestos, obviously. And so the reason the plaintiff lawyers almost always win these lawsuits, almost always, and they win massive amounts of money for two reasons. One, it's easy to prove. I don't do asbestos, but I've been involved around tangentially, and I know enough about the circumstance. So it's easy to prove that these defendants knew that this product was going to kill people, and they continued to use it, and they hid the information. So you want to talk about the hypocrisy of claiming that local law firms are somehow engaging in a conspiracy to prosecute these cases, when these guys, in fact, were doing that exact thing to hide it. I mean, that hypocrisy is just outstanding. But one of the allegations I just saw when I read this thing was like, that they coordinate testimony through witnesses. And, I'm a sometimes vulgar person, and the first word out of my mouth was, not a good word, because, that's what everybody does.
See, okay, I understand where you're coming. We talked about this briefly, I think, a month ago, but you're right, because I saw the latest article, and to me, I felt like, and I know, not like I told you going into this, I'm not an expert. My expertise is my cousin Vinny, but
which is actually a pretty good movie. I said that before.
But what I do, it seemed like to me, the whole compiling testimony, that's just what normal process looks like, just from talking with you and everyone else that we've had on.
I'll give you my favorite example of this. I was in a trial recently. It was about a year and a half ago. And the defense lawyer put on their expert. And I put up his 9-page report. Mm-hmm. And I went through it line by line. And did you say this, this, this? Yeah. This is your disclosure, right? You didn't work with the lawyers to write this. No. This is your own thoughts. Yeah. He goes, well, I kind of coordinated with them, but these were my words, right? I said, this isn't your report at all. This is actually another witness's report.
Oh, wow.
And it's exactly word for word for 9 straight pages. I said, it's not word for word. It's word for word, comma for comma, semicolon for semicolon, period for period, exactly the same report.
Wow.
Now, if I thought that what they had done was unethical, I have an obligation to report them. I think the defense lawyers coordinated this. I think that what happens is they write up what they think is the truth. I really do believe that most of the time. Mm-hmm. The defense lawyers do, not always. But they write up, in this case, these two defense lawyers I think are really good people. And here's what happens is, they have a theme of their defense, and they talk to their experts about it, and they share, and they say, do you agree with this position? And if the expert says, yeah, I agree with this position, this is what I would say, and then they sign off on
Gotcha.
it. And so it's not unreasonable that 3 defense experts would have almost identical positions because that's what they are saying is true. So but in this instance, this lawsuit that this defendant has filed against these two firms, to allege that plaintiff law firm or even a defense law firm coordinates the testimony of witnesses so that it presents a unified position of their case. That's every single lawsuit.
Yeah.
On both sides, good lawyers, bad lawyers, everybody does it. Otherwise, it's going to be all over the place. In fact, while you can't tell anyone what to say, I can tell you if what you're saying is going to be misconstrued or they're going to run with it, and we work with you to make sure that your opinion is your opinion and won't put you in a hole that you don't really believe is true.
Yeah.
Because a guy like me can get you there if you're not careful.
Well, exactly, because we don't know the real procedure, and so we might know what's true and know this whole thing. But once you get into trial, all of a sudden you get pushed into a corner because you didn't say something perfectly right. You never know what happens. So
Exactly.
why does these type of suits get brought on? Is kind of what I want to know.
It's great. It's great you said that because literally I was a few minutes late to be here today because I was so irritated. I was pounding out a message on my face on the firm's Facebook page. It serves one purpose and one purpose only. It is to try to devalue the plaintiff law firm in the eyes of the potential jury body. So imagine I live in Madison County and I could be called to be a witness in this trial, and it's an asbestos trial, and I've read that this plaintiff law firm is this and that plaintiff law firm is doing that. Now I come into the case not trusting the lawyers, that's my opinion. If you would have asked me, which you have, why do I think somebody would do this? That to me is the reason. Because I don't know everything that's happened out there, but the odds to me that they could win this lawsuit just seems.
And I'm not saying it's on your reasoning or your explanation, but could in theory the two, I guess, defendants in this case go after the firm that's going after them for damages for potentially corrupting the process going forward?
More importantly, the question is, what you're essentially doing is alleging that they're committing a crime. Yeah. And there are certain forms of slander or defamation. You can slander or libel. One's spoken, one's written. But there are certain forms where you don't have to prove per se an actual damage. So if I were to say that you are a lousy carpenter, and because you're a lousy carpenter, you have lost business, and I know that it's not true, but I said it anyway, you could sue me for the value of your lost reputation and the business that you've proved it, but you have to prove a damage. Yeah. There are 4 areas of slander and defamation where you really don't have to prove that. It's called slander per se, and one's like, for instance, if I were to say someone had a venereal disease, or if I were to say someone was unfaithful, or they committed certain crimes, saying that alone. And if I were these guys, I would seriously consider filing a countersuit against them for defamation. Yeah, and then of course you have to prove that what they said was untrue. Mm-hmm. And I don't know how you do that in this situation because they're alleging you're doing something that you're not doing. So how do you prove you're not doing something? Right. So anyway, it's very complicated. And I saw this thing and I thought, it has nothing to do with the truth. And the truth is if these guys are filing a lawsuit, it's because you have mesothelioma and you're going to die and you got it because you were exposed to asbestos. I don't even do this area law. Right. It has nothing to do with me personally, but that's it. You have it, and you have it because you were exposed, and these companies knew it, and it was in their product, and they put it out there anyway, and they didn't care. Well, and see, that's where I think it comes on to the journalists out there to follow that, I think, both sides approach and really do the due diligence because it's a good headline. It's a great one. And I'm not saying they're at fault or the paper or whatever did it, the publication. I'm just saying you got to maybe do some back end work on that because I think it is damaging. If you see that, because just for me, I'm going, man, I don't know anything about law, but that looks pretty rough. Yeah, in an area of the law, this is what I find really interesting is these plaintiff lawyers who have been doing this, representing these people who have been dying by the thousands for years. They have been winning these cases for 40 years, and now they have to conspire. Oh, come on, that's just nonsense. They have all the evidence they need already. This is such a defined fault or wrong, that there are things that these plaintiff lawyers don't have to do, because even the defendants have acknowledged, you're right. You don't have to prove that this document is real anymore, because we all admit, this document that shows we knew these risks were out there, yes, it's real. So it just kills me, the concept that just now they're conspiring and they're doing this after 40 years.
I think it just takes the humanity out of it from my perspective, because these people suffer a very bad illness, and I mean, mesothelioma is awful, and I think to value that by some of these lawsuits and some of these headlines, I think it does devalue their suffering and what they went through. Yeah,
here's the reality: if you walk through the door of my office and you have a diagnosis of mesothelioma, as a plaintiff lawyer, a couple things have happened. One is the odds. All I have to do is prove where you were exposed, what product, and a massive amount of money walked in with you. And so they really wanted to do these cases, and I don't blame them, because it's not that, I mean, people think, it's just greed. Yeah, I'd love to have a case like that walk in the door, because you know why? I have someone who I can legitimately say has a serious, deadly illness that I'm going to be able to take care of. I'm going to take care of them. I'm going to take care of their families. I'm going to make sure that justice is served. Yeah. And the reality is, right now when products are being made, one of the things that all the manufacturers do is they test the living daylights of these products, because they're afraid of people like these asbestos lawyers, things that I don't do. Yeah. Or these big class action lawyers. They're the ones that keep everyone in line. Yeah, because we know, evidentially, we know this. We know historically the fen litigation, where they knew that I don't know tons about fen, but I do know this. It was a diet drug, and it caused massive issues with heart problems. It caused people to start their hearts would speed up, and they would die. And fen was eventually pulled off the market, but it was the litigation that costs these companies millions of dollars, if not more than millions, that has caused them to go back and think, before we put this product out there, what will it do to people?
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. And, you don't hate us. I don't care if you hate us. We're circling around, and when we circle around and we finally get somebody, everything changes. Seatbelts exist because of folks like us, and Volvo, which the drug protections exist. Everything that's out there exists. Let me tell you a great case I have right now. I think it's fantastic. Now imagine this. Imagine, and I can tell you this because it's happened pretty far away, so people who are listening won't be on a jury pool. Imagine a person signs up for a fun run. You know those mud runs?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And they set up obstacle courses. And you sign one of those releases at the beginning saying, well, I understand that I could fall off of this thing, or it's muddy, or somebody could jostle me. We all accept that, right?
Yeah. Okay.
This person's climbing over the obstacle, and it just collapses.
Oh!
And the defendants say, well, we're not responsible because you signed this form saying I accept the responsibility. It's like, oh, come on. Oh, it's like saying, well, I signed a form at the ski resort saying I understand I could ski into a tree, or moguls could call them and fall. But when I'm on the ski lift, it collapses. But because I signed that form, I waive my right to recovery. Right. That's the kind of thing where you look and you say, oh, no wonder plaintiff lawyers exist. We have to exist because they actually think they're going to get away with this.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, and it's a safeguard, Keith, for all of us, and it's really important to touch on that. It's 9:45. We'll come back with Keith and talk a little bit more on this Tuesday morning. You stay there. I'll be back here in the studio. Roku TV, RiverBender.com.
At Alton Elite Jiu-Jitsu, we help students of all ages build confidence, discipline, and real-world strength. Join a supportive community that challenges you to grow both on and off the mat. Experience the art of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu with a 7-day free trial at our new location. Call 618-795-2692 or visit AltonElite.com to start your journey today. Train hard, serve others, live elite at Alton Elite Jiu-Jitsu. When you need a project done right, on budget, and on time, trust Gillahan Concrete. Gillahan handles every kind of project, big and small. Commercial, industrial, residential, from room additions and garages to patios, driveways, and more. Gillahan brings quality and experience to every job. Family owned with over 30 years of service to our community. Call today at 618-781-3914 or visit GillahanConcrete.com.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
Poles and power lines, making the energy grid stronger today so it can meet your needs tomorrow. Learn about projects in your area at Ameren.com/energyfuture.
Welcome back, Daily Show, 9:49, a little bit of change. Back with Keith. You know, really enjoyed that conversation. It's good just to talk about some of that and just break it down for maybe the folks that need a little bit more insights, Keith. But going into this, you know, having you on the show, it's been great to get more of just your insights and your knowledge on certain topics. But one you brought up during the break makes so much sense, and that's what we do. We bring that first time to a lawyer's office, you know?
Sure. Yeah, and you know, here's the first thing is it's okay to educate yourself a little bit on the internet, but not a lot, because you'd be shocked how often this stuff is wrong. But let's imagine, CJ, it doesn't matter if I'm going to see a divorce attorney or a real estate attorney or car accident attorney, or I'm going to see even just to get a will.
Yeah.
You know, before you go to a lawyer's office, there are certain things that almost in every area applies, and these are the things that if I could tell anybody, these are the basic things that you should do to make the process a lot simpler. Go ahead and educate yourself a little is fine, but don't believe everything you read. Because, like, for instance, the other day I read an AI response about the Missouri statute of limitations in a medical malpractice lawsuit being 2 years or what have you. And it says there's a discovery rule. Well, that's kind of true and not true. But also the statute of limitations could be 1 year in certain circumstances. Let's say if the federal government's involved.
Oh, okay.
So you read this answer and you assume you've got 2 years. Well, that wasn't a complete answer. Mm-hmm. But anyway, this is what you should do. So let's say that you're going to get divorced. Mm-hmm. When you go to see a divorce lawyer, they're going to need to know things like names and addresses and birth dates, and they're going to want to know where you work and where your spouse works and what joint properties you have, and all that kind of thing. You should write it down ahead of time. Do a little tiny bit of research. You can figure out this is what I'm going to need. Let's say that it's a will. Well, they're going to want to know who your heirs are going to be, or who the people you want to leave the stuff to, and where's it's called marshaling all your assets. They're going to want to know that, and all your debts. So the first thing you do before you go to a lawyer's office is sit down and compile a list of the things that matter. Mm-hmm. If it's a personal injury lawsuit, like a car accident, of course they're going to want to know who owned the car, and when did the accident happen, and where did it happen, and the weather conditions. You write all this stuff down. Mm-hmm. And you write it down and never share it with a single living soul. Just your lawyer, because if you share it, the moment I share it with you, the defendants can find it.
That makes sense.
Yep. It's discoverable. So you write down, and then second thing you do is you write down right then all the questions that you think you might have, so that you don't drive home and go, oh, I should have asked this, because you already wrote it down and you got an answer. I tell a lot of clients, now, if you want to have a follow-up conversation about your lawsuit, let's do it via Zoom. Hit the little record button. And you don't have to worry about making notes, because you just record the whole thing.
Yeah,
I don't care.
And
just
it does a transcript, too.
Yeah, you just can't share it.
Right.
And the other question, there's some questions about whether or not that you should even have a Zoom conference call with a client, because then Zoom itself is a third party who and supposedly we are told that there's agreements that they will protect that information, kind of like court reporters do. So I always tell my clients, look, I think this is secure and I think it's safe and I don't think it's discoverable at all, but we're not going to discuss anything that really, really fundamentally could change the outcome of our case. You can just ask me general questions. Yeah. But so go educate yourself. Write down the stuff that you want to know. Write down the things that you think they're going to need to know. And then the last thing is this, is with every single case is control your expectations.
That's a really good point on that. Well, and the other thing I wanted to ask you too, when it comes to doing a little bit of research, is it one of those things? Because to me, in my thoughts, is my lawyer. If I come to see you, you're eventually going to think about the thing that I'm going to ask you about. If it's a legal question pertaining to can I get this out of this case, or should we look at this statute? Mm-hmm. So is it really just when we're educating ourselves? Is it looking at the exact statute, or is it just making sure this is worth pursuing, if that makes sense?
Sure. Looking at a statute is fine. They're often very difficult to understand.
Yeah.
And what the problem is, those statutes are always later construed by courts, interpreted by the courts, and so that statute grows and changes and grows and changes. So you might understand the basics, but you don't know all of the history that rides along with that statute. So here's the one thing I will tell you that I just find fascinating is there have been clients of mine who are pretty darn smart and have 99% of the time when they come to me with something that's useless, but I've had clients come to me with a thought. Mm-hmm. And I think, oh, that's pretty clever, and I'm glad you said it. Or they have done some research of their own, and that kind of triggers us to go someplace. So I never mind when my clients propose ideas or thoughts. It's when that happens so often that it's starting to interfere with my ability to handle your case, or you're going to second guess me, because years and years ago, a client refused to take the money that I had on the table, and it was millions of dollars, and we lost.
Oh,
and
no.
I told her to take it. I made her talk to the judge. He said I would listen to Mr. Short. He knows what he's doing, and we lost.
Oh, no.
So it's a cooperative effort. It's like anything else. It's good to educate yourself about your disease if you go to the doctor, but don't assume that just because you saw something on the internet or you watched a TV ad that your doctor doesn't know all about it.
Well, it makes sense. And just like you said, having that proper, because I really couldn't tell you, do I need to bring my driver's license? What do I need to bring in to see you? And it's good to know that stuff and really save us time for a follow-up or a follow-up for the first initial.
Absolutely.
So, as we wrap up today, just what are your thoughts heading in for you guys in 2026 for Keith Short and Associates? It seems busy.
Oh, it is busy, and it's we actually just hired a young lady named Abigail who is helping us with internet marketing, sort of an assistant to the whole firm. We have another lawyer I think is going to be joining us soon. I have 3 cases set for trial this year, and we actually have 9, but I have 3 that are multi big cases, big $1 million cases, and one of them we have 3 or 4. We have 3 filed, and maybe a 4th against the same person, and he has blinded 2 people, and he's 74 years old, and it's time for him to stop practicing. Wow. And so it's so bad that some of his fellow practitioners have been willing to be witnesses in my case because they know he's harming people. And in any event, I'm looking forward to that case. I'm looking forward to I've got a case where older lady, was getting ready to have shoulder surgery, and they gave her an injection, and she had an allergic reaction to the anesthesia, which migrated to her heart, and they didn't know it because they didn't have her hooked up to a machine, and she died right in front of them, and they didn't even know she was dead on the table. Yeah. But the reason those 3 cases matter so much is, and I really, really, I'm confident we're going to prevail in all 3 of them. I'm as confident as I can be, is because with each and every one of those wins, it makes every case down the road easier for us to get satisfaction for our clients. Because the other side sees it happen over and over. We monitor each other. Yeah. And they say, he's got another one. Oh, he's got another one. and it's a team thing, but that's what happens. When you're a case 2 years from now and you're watching and you see my firm take down another person and another person and another case, you think, our date's coming, and he's going to be in the room with us. When I say he, it's me, and it's Andrew, and it's Eric, and it's Tony, it's Kamel, it's a whole team.
Oh, I bet, yeah.
And so with every win, it makes next year simpler. for us.
You know, one thing I wanted to ask you before I let you go, because I have 1 minute or 2 minutes left. What do you do as you're waiting for the verdict?
Sweat like crazy.
So do you
it is the most horrible time. I have jumped out of airplanes before. I've been through some weird stuff in my life. I tell every client, I don't care what you've been through in your life. When you hear the bailiff come and say the jury's back, your heart will almost stop for a second. I have done this dozens and dozens of times, and I still do that. Your hand sweats, and it's horrible.
What's the longest you've waited for a deliberation?
3 days.
Oh, so you just sit at the courthouse and wait?
No.
Or do they text you? Or?
Yeah, that's a good question. What they do is they usually take your phone number, and after a while, but the judge usually says, be within 15 minutes of here.
Yeah.
Do not go home.
Don't stray.
But typically, no. It's a couple hours. And what's really interesting is the shorter the time, the more probable is the plaintiff lawyer is going to lose. If they come back in 20 minutes, you're dead. And the reason is the simplest word, the first word we learn as a child, other than mama and papa, is no.
Oh, yeah.
And it's the simplest one to say, because if they say no, I don't think the plaintiff's doing, they don't have to think anything else. They don't have to make any other decisions. They don't have to decide how much money or who's responsible for how much or anything else. It's just no. And it becomes an avalanche.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man, always really interesting talking to you, Keith. Keep up the great work over there at the
Thanks.
firm, and we'll talk again soon.
Sounds great.
9:59, a little bit of change. Daily Show comes back to you with top of the hour news next.
Struggling with depression that just won't go away? At Precision TMS, we offer a non-invasive, drug-free treatment designed to target the areas of the brain linked to mood regulation. Using FDA-cleared transcranial magnetic stimulation, gentle magnetic pulses help reactivate underperforming brain circuits without surgery or sedation. Many patients experience real relief, even after other treatments haven't worked. Our experienced team provides personalized care every step of the way. Contact Precision TMS today to see if TMS therapy is right for you.
Throughout all life stages, you need someone in your corner, guiding you on your health and wellness journey. At OSF Healthcare, that's your primary care provider. Your OSF primary care provider is there for every stage of life. Find a provider today at osfhealthcare.org/primary.
As America prepares to celebrate 250 years of freedom, there's
At
never
Alton
been...
Elite Jiu-Jitsu, we help students of all ages build confidence, discipline, and real-world strength. Join a supportive community that challenges you to grow both on and off the mat. Experience the art of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu with a 7-day free trial at our new location. Call 618-795-2692 or visit AltonElite.com to start your journey today. Train hard, serve others, live elite at Alton Elite Jiu-Jitsu. When you need a project done right, on budget, and on time, trust Gillahan Concrete. Gillahan handles every kind of project, big and small. Commercial, industrial, residential, from room additions and garages to patios, driveways, and more. Gillahan brings quality and experience to every job. Family owned with over 30 years of service to our community. Call today at 618-781-3914 or visit GillahanConcrete.com.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today. As America prepares to celebrate 250 years of freedom, there's never been a better time to show your pride. The Flag Keeper.
Sensors. storm hardening poles and power lines, making the energy grid stronger today so it can meet your needs tomorrow. Learn about projects in your area at Ameren.com/energyfuture.
Oh, welcome back. Top of the hour news. Get back over here. Top of the hour news. Great conversation as always with Keith Short. And for all of you going, why wasn't he on the title today? Because I didn't have enough space. I was running out of room. We have a lot of guests today. 10 o'clock hours full of it, too. Going to be talking all things grip and sip and this pickleball tournament with the Alton Memorial Health Services Foundation. Some good stuff there. 10:45, we're going to be talking to St. Ambrose. 10:55, we're going to be talking to Representative Amy Elik, and then we're wrapping up this Tuesday show. It's our daily show on this third day of February. Here's what you need to know now. Here's the top of the hour news that we're following currently. Rusty Wheat's continuing his weekly efforts to clean up trash along 9 miles of Madison County roads, noting the problems has worsened significantly. Regularly, he's seen on Highway 143 and county roads like Moreland and Wanda. Wheat is urging community members and officials to join the cleanup efforts. He highlights that much of the litter escapes from the trash trucks en route to the landfill. Despite recent legislation requiring trucks to cover their loads, Wheat praises local law enforcement for enforcing these rules, but calls for a more effective solution. We'll keep you updated on the trash issue every step of the way. Also in the news, the Fairview Heights Police Department has welcomed 2 new K-9 teams to strengthen law enforcement and community safety efforts. K-9 Copo, partnered with Officer Lauren Reed, brings several years of experience to the force. Meanwhile, K-9 Goose, who arrived from Belgium, is currently completing training with Officer Shane Cordy at the K-9 Police Academy. The additions aim to enhance the department's capabilities in crime prevention and response. Officer Cordy and Goose are preparing for their upcoming duties, marking a significant step towards expanding the department's K-9 unit as of early 2026. At the February 2nd Wood River City Council meeting, Police Chief Brad Wells and Mayor Tom Stallcup recognized exceptional service within the department for 2025. Officer Brendan Wright received the Officer of the Year award, handling 2,706 calls and ranking among the top 3 in arrests, showcasing his efficiency in proactive policing. Telecommunicator Christine Kessler earned Telecommunicator of the Year for her professionalism, sound judgment, and being calm under pressure. Excellence awards were also given to telecommunicator Megan Cato and Officer Catherine Castelli, praised for their dedication and exemplary response during the helicopter crash in Hartford. You can see a full write-up on those recognitions at RiverBender.com/news. Also, in the news today, a bipartisan group of 16 U.S. senators led by Tammy Duckworth and Adam Schiff have formally opposed the EPA and Army Corps of Engineers 2025 proposed Waters of the United States rule. They warned the rule's narrower definition of protected waters threatens to reverse decades of progress in safeguarding the nation's water quality. The proposal excludes many wetlands and intermittent waters from federal protection, potentially increasing pollution, flood risks, and costs to municipal water systems. The senators emphasize the rules undermine the Clean Water Act and will shift economic burdens to taxpayers. We'll keep you updated if more details on this continue to emerge through our partnership with the Associated Press. Let's take a look at weather. 31 degrees in downtown Alton, and it feels like it's 32 out there. Humidity at 85%. Today, a couple of flurries around us this morning. Otherwise, it would be chilly with some sun. Then it's turning cloudy. And just watch for a freezing drizzle this afternoon. Be careful out there. Tonight, mostly cloudy and cold as we head into Wednesday. Air quality's at 64, so it's the day to take a Claritin or an Allegra, whatever your allergy medicine of choice is. Temperatures today reach 34 degrees, drop down to 19 overnight as we head into Wednesday. On Wednesday, a high of 29, a low of 14 degrees. That will be the coldest of the next 5. On Thursday, a high of 38, a low of 30. And on Friday, a high of 45, a low of 25 degrees. On Saturday, we start our weekend with a high of 40 and a low of 25. And that, my friends, is a look at your next 5 days. Here's what's happening now. 31 degrees in downtown Alton. It feels like 32 out there for time and temperature throughout the day. 618-465-4545. This time powered by Tom Lane. He's your local State Farm agent. Before we talk about Grip and Sip in the upcoming pickleball tournament for Alton Memorial Health Services, let me fill you in on Precision TMS. You know, had a chance to meet with Tom just a couple of days ago, actually a couple months ago now, or 2 months, you know, who's counting. Bottom line is there's options out there when it comes to your mental health journeys. We've talked with Centerstone. We've talked to different mental health experts. And when we talk to Precision TMS, this is a non-invasive, you know, non-prescription medication way to really tackle your depression or your OCD. There's so many different services for it. We've been joined by Tom on the show, along with some of the patients that have utilized this. And what I think the biggest point to make on TMS is it's FDA approved. It's backed by major insurance providers. You aren't going to be, you know, utilizing, you know, maybe your prescription medication, because I've been through that, you know, with the antidepressants, and I didn't like the way they made me feel. This is another way to tackle it. And just to hear some of these success stories and realize it's not shock therapy at all. It's just those magnetic currents. And what I think's great, you can drive yourself to your appointment. It's about 15 minutes or so after you get settled on in, and then you're out ready to go. And people are seeing turnarounds in a couple of weeks. They're seeing real results. You know, and I think that's the biggest point of this too. When someone joins the show with Tom and they talk about this experience, they're talking about living life again. I mean, there's so many people out there. If you're one of them, I've been there too, where it's not like, you know, you're quote unquote, suicidal. And if you are, please contact that hotline. But just if tomorrow never happens, we're okay with it. That mentality, you can break the cycle with some of these treatments. And just like we're hearing with the patients that come on and represent TMS, there's a lot of great benefits. Get back to living your best life with Precision TMS. You can learn more at precisiontms.org. And don't forget about their Heroes program, where they're going to give you some discounts and really help you help yourself. We'll take a quick break, come back. Daily Show continues after this.
Struggling with depression that just won't go away? At Precision TMS, we offer a non-invasive, drug-free treatment designed to target the areas of the brain linked to mood regulation. Using FDA-cleared transcranial magnetic stimulation, gentle magnetic pulses help reactivate underperforming brain circuits without surgery or sedation. Many patients experience real relief, even after other treatments haven't worked. Our experienced team provides personalized care every step of the way. Contact Precision TMS today to see if TMS therapy is right for you.
Accidents happen in a heartbeat, but lives change forever. Whether it's a car crash, workplace injury, medical malpractice, or wrongful death, you don't have to face the consequences alone. Keith Short and Associates brings over 33 years of experience and a reputation for fighting fiercely for your rights. For relentless representation that you can trust, call Keith Short and Associates at 618-254-0055 today for a free consultation.
Do you need to declutter your space? Time to call me, the Queen of Junk. Since 1993, we have grown to be the leader in residential, commercial, and property management junk removal. At Sparks Junk Removal, we are eco-friendly. We recycle, donate, or repurpose items back into our community. Trash is our last resort to the landfill. Plus, with our all-inclusive service, our crews handle everything from labor to lifting and landfill fees. Give us a call or visit our website, sparksjunkremoval.net, to reclaim your space today.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible, covering auto, home, business, and life insurance. Our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
What's up? It's Mike Keith. What's up, bro? Good, my guy. Back to spotlight other amazing alumni and how they discovered their path at Lewis and Clark. Let's jump into it. This is Dwight Wirtz, president of Wirtz Welding and Tank Service, the nation's premier distributor of tank trailer parts. Dwight has been an outspoken and long-time supporter of the college and is the current chairperson of Lewis and Clark Board of Trustees. Oh, and he's a Lewis and Clark grad.
I'm Dwight Wirtz, and I am a trailblazer.
Throughout all life stages, you need someone in your corner, guiding you on your health and wellness journey. At OSF Healthcare, that's your primary care provider. Your OSF primary care provider is there for every stage of life. Find a provider today at osfhealthcare.org/primary.
Alrighty, welcome back. Daily Show, 10:12 is the time. And with Shannon, Jose, and Alt Memorial Health Services Foundation, you guys got a lot of verbiage there.
We do.
A lot of characters.
I'm not sure who came up with that, but yep, it's a mouthful.
We got it all in there, I think, at least once. But the pickleball tournament's coming up, and what a great way to really... Grip and Sip Spin-Off has been really rocking and rolling. A lot of people have been telling me about their experiences there. The pickleball seems to be doing great for you guys. And what a way to collaborate for something cool.
Absolutely.
Shannon, what's your goal? Is it $4 million this year?
Yeah, as Jose said, I set the bar high last year, so I got to start fundraising in February this year, I guess.
And we're happy to help. We are happy to help. It's a great cause.
And how did the partnership come together with the venue and just working on this?
Well, Barry and Gay, our Gay is part of our committee that helps put on duck pluckers, and she's part of Grip and Sip, so it was kind of a natural thing. Hey, I want to do something in the winter months, and not everybody's a fisherman or hunter, and as far as duck plucker goes, but pickleball is new, and people love it, and they've got that venue, so Jose and Jamie have been fantastic with helping us with other events, so it was a win-win.
Yeah, it worked out pretty well with Barry and Gay being so involved with duck pluckers. Bringing us into that world, and then with our partnership with Grip and Sip, with the golf simulators and the pickleball, our ownership group, and it was just a natural fit since they were already friends, and we were all working towards great causes. So we've been very happy.
Well, I just think it's really cool to utilize local business to elevate the mission, and you guys have a lot to offer over at Grip and Sip. So when the weather's bad, especially February, feels like it's 4 months long, and especially on the 28th, we're going to be ready for sun. And so go over there, have some fun in the pickleball tournament, and really just feel the heat.
Absolutely. For me personally, I hate this weather.
Oh, me too, man.
For us professionally, we love this weather because it's been great for us. We have a great relationship with the local golf courses because their peak seasons are off season and vice versa. So with the addition of pickleball opening here recently, it's really helped with our numbers and, getting people in. And we've had people say, hey, we might never go back outside again. So that's wonderful.
I don't have to worry about bugs, man.
It's no wind. Hey, no wind. It's always 70 degrees in there. And, we're going to be fine.
Before we talk about the tournament and all the details, Jose, when did you open the pickleball courts?
Officially, we opened, we've just been open just over 2 months now.
No kidding.
Yeah. So we've got a small sample size. We're working. We have some leagues running. We have clinics going for, beginner. If you've never played, get on our Facebook page or on our website and sign up for one of the beginner classes.
That's cool.
But yeah, no, it's been great.
Well, and what a great time. There's a lot of pickleballers, so to have that in the wintertime is fantastic.
Yeah.
Yes,
at the hospital, we've got, 800 plus employees. So a lot of them have already said, we want to start a league. We want to do this.
Oh, I
we
bet.
want to do that. So we're sending them their way.
And we'll be partnering on that as well, right? Because, with the corporate events, it's been great also.
Yeah.
But one of the real benefits that we didn't even know about, partnering with these great organizations that are doing so much good in the area, it's great for us. We're meeting great people who commit so much time and energy towards these causes. if we're able to provide our facility and help them fundraise, it has been a great side effect that we didn't even know what happened, but it's been one of the most rewarding things we've done.
Well, and even on my end of things, man, it makes you love your community more too. You know, if there was even a possibility of it, if that makes sense, because you get to see the work that's being done and be a part of it. That's what I think.
We always talk about how we're so successful at our duck plucker event every year. We wouldn't be successful at that event if it wasn't for our community members and businesses and so forth. So we totally feel what Jose is saying there. Yeah, it's fantastic.
So why don't we do this? Let's talk about all the details of this pickle. Can I have one of those sheets?
Absolutely. I'm not going to give you that one. It's got my cheat
Estella's
notes on
been
it.
teething, so I've been really. I can't read upside down today. I'm getting blurry.
That's a hard time there.
Oh, it is.
Saturday, February 28th. It will be obviously at Grip and Sip. We have a beginner and an intermediate division.
Thank you, because I don't want to step on anybody's. I'm beginner all the way.
Yeah, beginner, intermediate division, and then we'll have an advanced division, and those will be mixed teams. Cool. We've had a pretty good, a lot of folks are starting to sign up for it. I hear in the pickleball community sometimes people are waiting to see what else is going on with the weather, and they might wait a little bit. So you don't want to do that. We want to get these divisions filled up so that we can know how many people to expect. So we've got a website. I think so. I think it's going to be a great event. We do have a website. It's DP 2026 Pickleball, and that's a long thing. So what I tell you is to go on the book. That's what my husband calls it. Go on the book.
Oh, okay. I'm like,
go on Facebook and go to our Facebook page, or go to the foundation page, and it'll link you to our event and to that website where you can sign up online, pay your fee there, take care of everything, and we'll know then how many divisions we'll need.
I'm not to make this newsy, but Alton Police just released their calls for service and everything, and it's not about how good or bad or what community's doing, but just how active our service vehicles are running.
Oh, absolutely.
And I think it ties in really. It's not not like you guys are responding to every call the same, but whenever an ambulance is going, it's going, I'm sure, just as much, if not more, sometimes than other first responder vehicles. So it's really important to show up to events like this.
Absolutely.
When you see calls for service up and you see these things, because this is what they help support, and I think that's so important.
I mean, so many calls that we answer, we are continually taking ambulances out of the fleet.
Oh, I bet.
You want, if you're having an emergency, you want the top-notch ambulance there that runs well and has all the equipment it needs. So we're rotating those older vehicles out of that, and then adding these new ones. So, people will say, you're buying a new one every year.
Yeah.
Well, if you're having an emergency, you want a vehicle that's able to answer your calls and be there when you need it. So, yeah, we are, obviously making sure that we're taking care of that each year.
Do you ever, whenever an ambulance goes out of service, what happens to them? Do you know?
We have donated the ambulances to other organizations that can utilize them, obviously in a different way than an ambulance, like maybe a food pantry type, a mobile pantry. They are. We are able to do that.
That's really cool. Yeah. And I just wanted to, because you guys, your work is really invaluable to help raise this money. And I mean, last year, how much did you break?
$250,000.
So you were able to buy outright an ambulance, correct? Close to there, all this new equipment that comes out, that price goes up every year. So it is a big chunk of what it costs.
It wasn't long ago, I remember, when we were raising funds. Who wants to buy a tire? Who wants to buy a steering wheel? Who wants to buy at the end of the auction when we didn't quite meet the goals, right? And we just... So for me to be in the community and be behind one of those and see the camo door or and to know that, people in the community...
put that there,
and that's wonderful.
Yeah, 100%. And that's where I think it ties in. Everything makes it so much more special in a way, because obviously if I'm calling an ambulance, I'm not going to think about who bought the door if I'm inside of it. But it's just a really cool community picture where, folks are coming together and, like you said, buying the back door, stealing where, or they're just showing up to these great events and having fun and raising this money to such a good cause. Yeah. And it really just makes our area so much more special and really something to be proud of.
Yeah, I feel like everyone in the area knows what those camo doors stand for and where they came from. So, yeah.
You guys got a moment to take a quick break?
Yep.
Absolutely.
Saturday, February, September. I don't know where else September came from. February the 28th, $40 per person, indoor courts at Grip and Sip. That's over at 139 West MacArthur Drive in Cottage Hills. You'll see it whenever you're driving through. It's a great building and a lot of good signage to get you there. We're going to come back, talk about this pickleball tournament. 16 beginner, intermediate division teams, and then 16 advanced division teams. We're going to fill them up, and we'll find out how right after this on RiverBender.com, Roku TV.
Do you need to declutter your space? Time to call me, the Queen of Junk. Since 1993, we have grown to be the leader in residential, commercial, and property management junk removal. At Sparks Junk Removal, we are eco-friendly. We recycle, donate, or repurpose items back into our community. Trash is our last resort to the landfill. Plus, with our all-inclusive service, our crews handle everything from labor to lifting and landfill fees. Give us a call or visit our website, sparksjunkremoval.net, to reclaim your space today.
At Alton Elite Jiu-Jitsu, we help students of all ages build confidence, discipline, and real-world strength. Join a supportive community that challenges you to grow both on and off the mat. Experience the art of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu with a 7-day free trial at our new location. Call 618-795-2692 or visit altonelite.com to start your journey today. Train hard, serve others, live elite at Alton Elite Jiu-Jitsu.
Tomorrow isn't built by dreamers. It's built by doers. Because progress doesn't work unless we do. So at Ambrose, we've been hard at work putting energy to work for you. Adding underground cables, installing advanced switches and sensors, storm hardening poles and power lines, making the energy grid stronger today so it can meet your needs tomorrow. Learn about projects in your area at Ameren.com/energyfuture.
Accidents happen in a heartbeat, but lives change forever. Whether it's a car crash, workplace injury, medical malpractice, or wrongful death, you don't have to face the consequences alone. Keith Short and Associates brings over 33 years of experience and a reputation for fighting fiercely for your rights. For relentless representation that you can trust, call Keith Short and Associates at 618-254-0055 today for a free consultation. Welcome back, Daily Show. Back in with the Grip and Sip Alt Memorial Health Services Foundation Pickleball Tournament. Shannon and Jose back in the studio. Saturday, February the 28th. At least it's not a leap year, you know?
Good point.
You know, Saturday's going to be fun, and I really see this filling up and being just a fun day because, Jose, I didn't tell you, my parents have gone, and they love your environment. They think it's fun. They love doing their golf league when they did do it, and just the camaraderie's there.
It's a great environment for groups.
Yeah.
Right? And if you are a solo pickleball player or a solo golfer, between the leagues and the open plays that we have, you have one thing in common, right?
Yeah.
You either golf or you play pickleball. So everybody that's there, you have something in common with. So that's the ground, you're right, the icebreaker that allows you to, hey, how long have you been playing? Hey, what skill level are you? So you're going to meet people. So if you're one of those players, either golf or pickleball out there, and you're looking to get out, especially during this terrible weather, get out and just socialize and be with people, because that's so important right now. Come see, get on our website, get on our Facebook page, look at our open play in our leagues and see what fits for you, and feel free to give us a call, and I'm happy to answer any questions you have.
I love it. Well, I don't know if I told you this, Shannon, but I thought, how great would it be if, like the Mafia had the phone card scam back in the 80s? I was going to do that for pickleball courts in Godfrey and Woods River and Alton, because they're so busy. I was going to sell fast passes. Now, they would have no actual authority, but they'd all have a fast pass to
now,
play.
somebody might have beat you to the punch, because there's a gentleman in Florida who literally takes outdoor courts, fences them, and just like you pay for a car wash and you get so many minutes, that's what allows you into that court.
Oh my goodness.
So it's been done.
Well, sweet. I love to have people really discover the in-store facility has got to be huge right now because of just how busy the courts have been in the summer.
That's true. There's just like the golf courses, right? We have an indoor facility. I know John at Pro T has a golf facility. There's places in Glen Carbon. With all the golf courses we have in there are enough golfers to support them all. So we should all play nice and get along and support one another.
That's right.
Right? But same thing with pickleball. With all the outdoor courts, even with some indoor rec centers and whatnot, if you want a guaranteed court, and if you don't want to be, play one game and wait 40 minutes and then maybe get on again, then a facility like ours is what you're looking for, because you're guaranteed to be on that court.
Well, and I just love that you find partners, Shannon, that really believe in the mission of Duck Pluckers and the foundation, because it's easy to find a venue. We all have buildings and things, but to really find somebody that embraces it, and just to hear, Jose, your passion behind this, and just hearing about, the time that you've spent throughout the event, it's really cool.
Yeah. Jamie, whenever she sees my number come across her phone or my email come across her email, I can just envision her head like, oh, what's Fraley up to? What does she want to do now?
But the saving grace is we know that it's all moving forward, and it's an idea, and if we can all make it work, we have done really well with, hey, we'd like to do this. How do we pull it off?
Yeah.
We'll find a way, because it is a great idea and it's towards a great cause. So together we can make it work.
Yeah, this isn't our first rodeo at
No,
Riverbend
we did the Purple Ribbon.
We do the Ribbon of Strength event.
That's right.
And host that out there. So, again, I come up with an idea, and Jamie and Jose and Barry and Gay, they know I mean business whenever I'm looking for a fundraiser, and we roll with it and make it work.
Well, I love your location too, because you're right off the highway, and it's even for Alton folks, you're right down College, so it's not for everybody. You're really in a nice spot.
Yeah, it's a hop, skip, and a jump from 255.
We are just 0.3 of a mile from 255, and it's been very easy to get to. And as we see, Jamie and I having gone to Marquette and being involved in the Alton community, coaching kids from the area, we're seeing a lot more Alton and Godfrey faces, because they're like, hey, this is way easier for us to get to with the 255 extension and whatnot. So it's been good.
Well, and coming up, how long do we have to register for teams?
We'll register up until the day before, making sure, we can get everybody in if we need to.
Is this a hard cap
times.
on 16 teams? Is it a hard cut because of just 90?
I'd have to take that question to my advisor.
Being that my wife Jamie, one of the parts, being that she's not here, I can say absolutely not. Listen, we are not going to turn away people who want to play, because at the end of the day, it's going to make the event more successful, right?
Good.
So we will figure it out. But yeah, the sooner we have those numbers, and we leave some space there for the day of for teams to come and sign up.
Well, I didn't mention either. Folks are like, well, I'm going to come and I'm going to play and I'm going to win one of those little medals, and that's great. But if you come to our pickleball tournament, you'll win more than just a little medal.
Wait, what do we win?
So, it's hard to get a ticket to Duck Pluckers.
Oh, wow.
So I have the golden ticket. Our winners will win a ticket to Duck Pluckers.
Are you serious? That's huge.
You cannot resell that ticket.
No. Yeah, we don't want to see that on Facebook auction. We don't want to see that. Yeah,
$2,000.
But I will tell you that is a great prize.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful event for anyone who has never been.
Oh man,
it is an amazing event, and probably one of the best meals.
Oh, absolutely.
It's event of the year
Speaking of
snack.
meals,
Yeah.
our meal at Duck Pluckers is fantastic. But speaking of great meals,
Yep.
we will have heaters.
Oh, yeah. We were
At
going to
the
mention
event
it. Yeah.
that day. They'll bring their food truck. So Danny King and
Danny and Eric, they have been wonderful. When we have a large event, we do offer food, but when we have a large event, we have it.
Yeah.
We have a truck come in, and Heaters has been wonderful. I know they work with a lot of local high schools also for their sporting events, but Heaters will be there the day of. So
it's cool.
Chicken strips and the sandwiches, and you can get it as hot as you want.
Well, I also heard, just to give Heaters some more love, they're partnering up with OB Slices, a new pizza place in town. The guy does
I
great.
heard about that place, but I didn't know they were.
Oh, man. It's a buffalo chicken type of pizza. It's going to be really cool. Nashville hot, I think, is the best way to.
If it's hot, Danny's involved. Danny's involved.
I don't know. I don't want to.
Including Wheel of Fortune.
I don't
That's
challenge
right.
that guy on any Wheel of Fortune.
He got his smarts from his mom, I'm sure.
You're getting older. When I coached Danny in high school, and now we're we've become friends through these businesses, right? So I tell him all the time, boy, Danny, you're getting older, bud. I tell him.
My dad stopped coaching and he retired finally. I said that to him. I go, well, how does it feel to be able to have beers with some of your own players? He's like, I'm getting old, man.
Easy on the age thing there.
What else should we talk about for right now to promote this?
Let's see. It's going to be a great event. Lots of camaraderie. Great prizes, obviously. Heaters are going to be there. We've just decided, a lot of folks aren't into the hunting and fishing and so forth, and this is a way for them to help out our cause. Doing this in February when it's, like Jose said, it's freezing cold, can't get outside, can't do anything, so come out and join us.
Yeah.
That environment is the same temperature at all time.
That's right.
No ice. No fear of falling. So, I shouldn't say that.
Can I tell you guys something, too, just to make it even more worth your while to register now? There is the chance of another snow system coming in the weekend of Valentine's Day. So you're going to be snowed out and ready to get in some fun. So why don't you plan for the 28th to be good, because the week before, the 2 weeks before is not looking too hot.
Maybe you could even use that as a Valentine gift.
I would.
Tell your wife I signed us up for pickleball.
Yeah, because we're snowed in.
Yeah.
We have found, and I can't support this with any hard data, but I have found that the husband and wives that split up teams and don't play on the same team
are more successful.
Well, they get along a lot better. I just tell you, they just seem to leave a lot happier.
No Dr. Phil moment out there. We'll be right back.
Yeah.
Oh man, anything at Grip and Sip we need to plug for you for right now?
Again, our open play with the pickleball courts. Mm-hmm. We have leagues going and the golf simulators. And then we're right in the heart of our fundraising also. Again, partnering with other great organizations. Any sports teams or any organizations looking to raise funds, one-day events, we're happy to partner with you and help out.
We just did the Timmons event.
We just had the Tyler
ago?
Timmons event, which was a great event, and that's actually, it's gotten bigger. They just like said, they have big ideas also. So we'll have news potentially about a summer event coming up, which I know we've discussed some things about that also. So yeah.
This is cool. What a great show so far. Guys, schedule your teams today. Two-person teams, correct?
Two-person team, mixed team.
Oh, one final question. We should be honest about our skill level, correct?
Yeah, I believe that's how that works.
I have coached from basketball to football to baseball, and again, now being so involved in the golf world, and I say, handicaps, right? You can tell me what your handicap is, but when we go play,
you'll find out.
Yeah, we're going to find out real quick. I'm finding something pretty similar with pickleball. They don't want to embarrass themselves or be on a court that they don't belong on.
Yeah.
But they're also on the other end. So yeah, wherever your skill level is, be honest about it. You'll have a much more enjoyable time, and so will everybody around you.
I will say, it's not like golf where a couple of beers straightens out my swing, That's not like golf.
Now, being that we have a full bar, we're happy to full bar there at Grip and Sip, so we're happy to sell swing oil. We are absolutely, we have runners that'll bring you buckets of your favorite beverage, so don't let that hinder you.
You do have to sign a waiver. Speaking of buckets of courage and swing oil, you do have to sign a waiver.
We do. We have golf clubs and rackets or paddles swinging, so yes, we do have waivers.
What a good show. We found out Duke Bakery is getting a food trailer today. They'll be operational in June to do private events.
I didn't hear that.
We got great information on a great tournament and fundraiser coming up. We've had a lot of good stuff. Keith Short was on, and coming up are the kiddos at St. Ambrose talking about Catholic Schools Week. Thanks for joining us, guys. It's always great talking to you.
Appreciate it.
We'll take a quick break and we'll come back and have our conversation with St. Ambrose if they're here, and then Representative Elik joins us at 10:50 for an update on District 111. Back with more next.
Do you need to declutter your space? Time to call me, the Queen of Junk. Since 1993, we have grown to be the leader in residential, commercial, and property management junk removal. At Sparks Junk Removal, we are eco-friendly. We recycle, donate, or repurpose items back into our community. Trash is our last resort to the landfill. Plus, with our all-inclusive service, our crews handle everything from labor to lifting and landfill fees. Give us a call or visit our website, sparksjunkremoval.net, to reclaim your space today.
At Alton Elite Jiu-Jitsu, we help students of all ages build confidence, discipline, and real-world strength. Join a supportive community that challenges you to grow both on and off the mat. Experience the art of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu with a 7-day free trial at our new location. Call 618-795-2692 or visit altonelite.com to start your journey today. Train hard, serve others, live elite at Alton Elite Jiu-Jitsu.
Tomorrow isn't built by dreamers. It's built by doers. Because progress doesn't work unless we do. So at Ameren, we've been hard at work putting energy to work for you. Adding underground cables, installing advanced switches and sensors, storm hardening poles and power lines, making the energy grid stronger today so it can meet your needs tomorrow. Learn about projects in your area at Ameren.com/energyfuture.
Accidents happen in a heartbeat, but lives change forever. Whether it's a car crash, workplace injury, medical malpractice, or wrongful death, you don't have to face the consequences alone. Keith Short and DeSoto.
Struggling with depression that just won't go away? At Precision TMS, we offer a non-invasive, drug-free treatment designed to target the areas of the brain linked to mood regulation. Using FDA-cleared transcranial magnetic stimulation, gentle magnetic pulses help reactivate underperforming brain circuits without surgery or sedation. Many patients experience real relief, even after other treatments haven't worked. Our experienced team provides personalized care every step of the way. Contact Precision TMS today to see if TMS therapy is right for you.
Throughout all life stages, you need someone in your corner, guiding you on your health and wellness journey. At OSF Healthcare, that's your primary care provider. Your OSF primary care provider is there for every stage of life. Find a provider today at osfhealthcare.org/primary.
As America prepares to celebrate 250 years of freedom, there's never been a better time to show your pride. The Flag Keeper provides everything you need to display your flag with honor, from American state and U.S. Armed Service flags to flagpoles, accessories, and installation kits for homes and businesses across the Riverbend area. Call 618-467-0020 or visit theflagkeeper.com for your free estimate today. Accidents happen in a heartbeat, but lives change forever. Whether it's a car crash, workplace injury, medical malpractice, or wrongful death, you don't have to face the consequences alone. Keith Short and Associates brings over 33 years of experience and a reputation for fighting fiercely for your rights. For relentless representation that you can trust, call Keith Short and Associates at 618-254-0055 today for a free consultation.
Tomorrow isn't built by dreamers. It's built by doers. Because progress doesn't work unless we do. So at Ambrose, we've been hard at work putting energy to work for you. Adding underground cables, installing advanced switches and sensors, storm hardening poles and power lines, making the energy grid stronger today so it can meet your needs tomorrow. Learn about projects in your area at AMRN.com/energyfuture.
At Alton Elite Jiu-Jitsu, we help students of all ages build confidence, discipline, and real-world strength. Join a supportive community that challenges you to grow both on and off the mat. Experience the art of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu with a 7-day free trial at our new location. Call 618-795-2692 or visit AltonElite.com to start your journey today. Train hard, serve others, live elite at Alton Elite Jiu-Jitsu.
Do you need to declutter your space? Time to call me, the Queen of Junk. Since 1993, we have grown to be the leader in residential, commercial, and property management junk removal. At Sparks Junk Removal, we are eco-friendly. We recycle, donate, or repurpose items back into our community. Trash is our last resort to the landfill. Plus, with our all-inclusive service, our crews handle everything from labor to lifting and landfill fees. Give us a call or visit our website, sparksjunkremoval.net, to reclaim your space today.
Welcome back. Sorry about that. Oh man, we got everybody in here. Principal Baird, can I have you sit down for me, actually? That way we can see everybody. Come on, kids, get into the shot. Sorry, I had to run a little bit of a longer break because, and it was an old break, so I apologies upstairs, but we wanted to make sure we got all the students in from St. Ambrose, 8th graders. Principal Baird, this is cool. Catholic Schools Week just wrapped up, and really going into the 9th grade, this is an exciting part of all the students' lives. Guys, how are we doing today? Really cool.
Thank you.
How was Catholic Schools Week, Principal?
It was wonderful. It was condensed. We had some snow last week that shut us down Monday and Tuesday.
Right. You were supposed to be on the show.
We condensed and we had to reschedule, but it was a great week, great celebration. This year's theme was United in Faith and Community. Mm-hmm. And so a reminder to the students, of course, as followers of Christ, we're all united not only at St. Ambrose, but with all Catholic schools. And then our community, St. Ambrose is a community. Each grade within our school is a community. And of course, obviously their families and then the greater Alton Godfrey community. And so this connection is what makes all of our Catholic schools special, and so that's what we celebrate each year, and so that's what we were doing at St. Ambrose.
Absolutely. We got Josh in, and Josh, I haven't seen you since your mom was teaching my Riverbend CEO class. It's awesome to have you in the studio. Christian in, Leon, Avery, Natalie, Genevieve, and Parker. And guys, how has life at St. Ambrose been for you? I mean, you're 8th graders now, ready to go to Marquette or on to greater pastures or the Redbirds, and what are you guys feeling like now?
Oh, it's been awesome. Absolutely great.
So what was Catholic schools like? How do we celebrate?
Oh, we played volleyball, and we had a free throw competition for our basketball players.
Who won?
I beat him.
Quick to remind everybody, I beat him. That's good friends, remind each other. Yeah.
Well, and so, guys back there, how was the week for you? Did you guys get some enjoyment out of it? What was your favorite part?
I think my favorite part was the volleyball game.
Volleyball game?
Yeah, and so what they're speaking of is they played, they didn't want me to remind everyone of this part, but they played their parents in one game, then they played some staff members and teachers in another game, and then the girls versus boys played each other. And so the part they don't want me to let everybody know is usually the parents and staff kind of dominate that game, and so they held up their end of the bargain again this year. And so parents and staff were victorious, so the challenge is laid for next year's 8th grade class that they have to defeat.
One day the streak will be broken.
Eventually.
Eventually. So, as you're gearing up for this part of 8th grade, what are you guys looking forward to the most? Because this is kind of the last chapter in the elementary school book. Is there anything that you guys are looking to get out of your education at St. Ambrose or just with your friends celebrating with your school the last semester?
I'm definitely looking forward to high school because you get to move around a lot more and get to meet a lot more teachers.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, same. I'm also very excited to play baseball at Marquette.
I like it. Leon, any thoughts?
Yeah, I'm just excited because I have more options and all that for high school, for more extracurriculars, and yeah.
It's really cool. What are we thinking back there? I'll get you to talk eventually.
Good luck.
Any thoughts about heading in?
Yeah, I'm excited. Like, I can meet new people, learn new stuff.
Really cool. Well, what do you want the public to know about your guys' school at St. Ambrose the most? Is it how much fun you're having together as a class? Is it what you're learning? What makes you most excited about going to St. Ambrose?
I would definitely say it's a very good mixture between learning and having a lot of fun, especially during Catholic School Week, and we have a whole bunch of different activities that we do at St. Ambrose.
I love it. And Principal Baird, what's your thoughts on this group as that you get ready to say so long to another group and generation of St. Ambrose
Yeah,
students?
it's always special to see the groups come and go, and now there's years and years of banners on the wall and all those names, and so and of course each group is very different in their composition and the way they the friendships they've made and the connections they made. That's one of the most special things, seeing the different connections the students have. But then, like they all mentioned, those connections are somewhat limited. We're a small Catholic elementary school. They move on to their next step to Marquette, Alton High, or wherever, and of course broaden those horizons, keep those connections they have, but make many new ones. And so that's of course a special part of the growing up process that we get to observe year in and year out.
I love this. Well, we have a second group of St. Ambrose students that we're going to be talking to, and we couldn't fit all 14 in, so we decided let's break it up into chunks. So more conversations about St. Ambrose. Guys, thanks so much for stopping by. Before I say so long, is there anything you want to say to your parents, the public, or anything?
What's up?
What's up to mom and dad?
There you go. I like it.
Mom and dad.
Hey, 10:58, a little bit of change. Part 2 with St. Ambrose. And then as we wrap up the show, Representative Elik joins us for a District 111 update. So a lot of good stuff happening. You stay there, and I'll be back.
Struggling with depression that just won't go away? At Precision TMS, we offer a non-invasive, drug-free treatment designed to target the areas of the brain linked to mood regulation. Using FDA-cleared transcranial magnetic stimulation, gentle magnetic pulses help reactivate underperforming brain circuits without surgery or sedation. Many patients experience real relief, even after other treatments haven't worked. Our experienced team provides personalized care every step of the way. Contact Precision TMS today to see if TMS therapy is right for you.
Accidents happen in a heartbeat, but lives change forever. Whether it's a car crash, workplace injury, medical malpractice, or wrongful death, you don't have to face the consequences alone. Keith Short and Associates brings over 33 years of experience and a reputation for fighting fiercely for your rights. For relentless representation that you can trust, call Keith Short and Associates at 618-254-0055 today for a free consultation.
Do you need to declutter your space? Time to call me, the Queen of Junk. Since 1993, we have grown to be the leader in residential, commercial, and property management junk removal. At Sparks Junk Removal, we are eco-friendly. We recycle, donate, or repurpose items back into our community. Trash is our last resort to the landfill. Plus, with our all-inclusive service, our crews handle everything from labor to lifting and landfill fees. Give us a call or visit our website, sparksjunkremoval.net, to reclaim your space today.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible, covering auto, home, business, and life insurance. Our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
What's up? It's my Keith. What's up, bro? What's good, my guy? Back to spotlight other amazing alumni and how they discovered their path at Lewis and Clark. Let's jump into it. This is Dwight Wirtz, president of Wirtz Welding and Tank Service, the nation's premier distributor of tank trailer parts. Dwight has been an outspoken and long-time supporter of the college and is the current chairperson of Lewis and Clark Board of Trustees. Oh, and he's a Lewis and Clark grad.
I'm Dwight Wirtz, and I am a trailblazer.
Throughout all life stages, you need someone in your corner, guiding you on your health and wellness journey. At OSF Healthcare, that's your primary care provider. Your OSF primary care provider is there for every stage of life. Find a provider today at osfhealthcare.org/primary.
Welcome back, Daily Show. Oh, I forgot my buttons aren't working today. Now welcome back, Daily Show. We got the whole gang in. Principal Baird, can I have you sit down for me? Part 2, St. Ambrose. We got Savannah, Allie, Piper, Kaylee, Lydia, and Adeline in the studio. And, I thought we'd come back and talk about the utter dominance of teachers during the volleyball game, and I was told, no, we cannot do that because the girls actually beat the boys in the volleyball game, and that's something to celebrate. That's a great way to wrap up Catholic Schools Week.
Yeah. Yes.
What, was it a domination, or was it a close game?
Domination.
Pretty dominating.
I love it. So going into this, Principal Baird, it's great that you have some really good students, and what I think is great, and from just my perspective, we've had a lot of students in here, a lot of groups of people that are large numbers, and whenever you're able to feel comfortable, leaving your group of students outside in the green room and just hanging out for this group to be interviewed, it shows that there's a lot of trust there and a lot of earned trust there too.
For sure. These are wonderful students, and I know the 7 back there in the room are behaving themselves well.
We can hear them if they aren't.
Absolutely. But these are wonderful students, and again, like I was talking about things that we're so proud of, we're obviously very proud when we send these students off to high school, and again, mostly Marquette Explorers, but some Redbirds certainly in there, and a few others. But when they go off to Marquette and Alton High year in and year out, we're seeing our graduates continue to have success, and of course, that makes us very proud. That success is academic, athletic, and then, recognition for, who they are as individuals and their interactions, and so again, lots of St. Ambrose Saints continue to have that success that makes us very proud.
It really is, and there's such a proud lineage there, too, for so many that have went to St. Ambrose and really gone on to do some great things. And, as you guys are wrapping up your time at St. Ambrose, it's got to be exciting. This is the last part of elementary, education. You're going off to high school.
Hyped.
Who's excited? What are your thoughts? Let's start there.
I'm really excited for all the sports that we're going to play and all the people we're going to meet.
I like it.
Meeting more freshmen.
Yeah.
I'm really excited for
summer PE.
Yeah. Really excited for the school spirit and how
student sections.
Yeah, student sections.
Yeah.
Games.
I like it. Any other more thoughts?
Not really.
Take the words out of your mouth. But I think it's so cool though. It's just what St. Ambrose does so well is teach not only great education, Principal, but also this sense of community, and just like hearing that, getting excited to go to school and being a part of something like the student sections of the world, or just being a part of that school environment is really important. And I think it's great and a great testament to it. What was the best part of Catholic Schools Week? Was it the volleyball games? Was it the weather days?
I think it was the volleyball game. It was really fun, even though we lost. I don't know. It was different. it was fun, and we still beat the boys. So
you didn't technically. I think you tied because you lost 1-1-1. So you're kind of you balanced it out.
We lost 2.
Oh,
but it's okay. keep that on the down.
Also free throws.
Oh, free throws.
Yeah, we have a big free throw contest. The Knights of Columbus annually host across the state a free throw contest, and each local chapter does one. And so our kids start at the local Godfrey chapter and work their way on up. They'll be participating Super Bowl Sunday in the next level at Marquette. And so, yeah.
Who did well? Oh, that doesn't surprise me at all. That doesn't surprise me at all. Are you looking to continue the winning record all the way through it?
Yeah.
There you go.
All the way to the state level.
All the way to state. Well, and now are we all going to Marquette in this room, Alton High? Who's going to Marquette?
All of us.
Oh, that's cool. And now, what have you been able to talk to some of the current freshmen yet, or anything?
Yeah, we're close with a lot of the St. Mary's girls.
Oh, cool.
So, yeah.
Well, and that's got to help too, going in, so you aren't, going in kind of on your own type of thing. Do we know? Are we playing sports in high school?
Yeah, probably most of us.
Do we know what we're playing yet?
Soccer.
Soccer?
Volleyball.
I have basketball, and then I'll try out for volleyball, but I have to choose between soccer and softball.
Oh, yeah.
Pick soccer with me. No, pick softball with me.
Yeah, that's right. Politicking each other with their friends.
Well, and seriously, it's been fun, chatting it up. But before I let you guys go, is there any teachers or anybody you want to kind of shout out?
Miss Freeman.
Miss Fessler. She was my 4th grade teacher.
Really cool. So,
Mr. Johnson.
Oh, yeah.
Why are we?
Spanish teacher.
Why Miss Freeman?
Yeah.
She's just a very nurturing
She's easy to
teacher.
talk to.
Her teaching's really good because we have an interactive notebook and it helps us memorize and stuff.
Really cool. And and that's where I think it's so cool, is just kind of highlighting the individuals that are keeping the machine well oiled at St. Ambrose. And before I let you guys go, is there anything else you want to talk about for right now?
No, not really.
I love the honesty. What about you, Principal?
Well, Miss Freeman's certainly wonderful. She's middle school science, and all of our staff work really hard to provide our students with a special time and obviously quality education at St. Ambrose. Another one I would mention would be Miss Leeds with the math instruction. These students, they work hard, and they may not have the nicest of words for Miss Leeds when they're working on that homework at home, but when they get to Marquette and Alton High and they are ready for those next level of math, then they probably don't recognize and realize it, but that foundation was provided for them.
Absolutely. Thanks so much for stopping by, and I'm glad we were able to reschedule this because of the snow and all that. But seriously, best of luck, guys, in your next chapter in high school. This is exciting, and make the most out of it. Seriously, you guys went to a great school and did great, and now it's time to do even greater things, too. So we'll take a quick break. We're going to come back. We'll recap everything in a write-up on RiverBender.com on Catholic Schools Week for St. Ambrose and just some of the conversations here. We're going to come back and talk with Representative Amy Elik for a District 111 update, so you stay there. We'll wrap up our show with a great conversation on RiverBender.com and Roku TV.
Struggling with depression that just won't go away? At Precision TMS, we offer a non-invasive, drug-free treatment designed to target the areas of the brain linked to mood regulation. Using FDA-cleared transcranial magnetic stimulation, gentle magnetic pulses help reactivate underperforming brain circuits without surgery or sedation. Many patients experience real relief, even after other treatments haven't worked. Our experienced team provides personalized care every step of the way. Contact Precision TMS today to see if TMS therapy is right for you.
Accidents happen in a heartbeat, but lives change forever. Whether it's a car crash, workplace injury, medical malpractice, or wrongful death, you don't have to face the consequences alone. Keith Short and Associates brings over 33 years of experience and a reputation for fighting fiercely for your rights. For relentless representation that you can trust, call Keith Short and Associates at 618-254-0055 today for a free consultation.
Do you need to declutter your space? Time to call me, the Queen of Junk. Since 1993, we have grown to be the leader in residential, commercial, and property management junk removal. At Sparks Junk Removal, we are eco-friendly. We recycle, donate, or repurpose items back into our community. Trash is our last resort to the landfill. Plus, with our all-inclusive service, our crews handle everything from labor to lifting and landfill fees. Give us a call or visit our website, sparksjunkremoval.net, to reclaim your space today.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible, covering auto, home, business, and life insurance. Our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
What's up? It's my Keith. What's up, bro? Back to spotlight other amazing alumni and how they discovered their path at Lewis and Clark. Let's jump into it. This is Dwight Wirtz, president of Wirtz Welding and Tank Service, the nation's premier distributor of tank trailer parts. Dwight has been an outspoken and long-time supporter of the college and is the current chairperson of Lewis and Clark Board of Trustees. Oh, and he's a Lewis and Clark grad.
I'm Dwight Wirtz, and I am a trailblazer.
Throughout all life stages, you need someone in your corner, guiding you on your health and wellness journey. At OSF Healthcare, that's your primary care provider. Your OSF primary care provider is there for every stage of life. Find a provider today at osfhealthcare.org/primary.
Welcome back. Daily Show going past the 11 o'clock hour. Representative Amy Elik in the studio. It's a tough act to follow.
It is. It is. A lot of energy.
Well,
I love it.
It's great to have you in for a District 111 update and really get some insights ahead of the midterms, too, because you had a great turnout at your fundraiser. Just from what I saw on social media, that's got to feel good, as we go into this conversation to see, early support for this and really excitement for your campaign.
It means a lot that so many people came. We had over 100 people. I think it was one of the best turnouts I've had for an event in these years. And I'm just so honored that people have continued to support me over the years. And it just feels good when people show up for you. So it was great.
Well, and there seems like right now there's a lot of work that's being done in your office, but also a lot of things happening throughout the district that you're keeping an eye on and monitoring. And just to dive right into this, the Alton Steel closure really did come out of left field for a lot of individuals. And, as we're going to explore that more and more, it's hard to, I'm sure, peel back the proverbial curtain because there's still so much to dissect. But what's your thought on the current status of things and just the affected workers and their families?
Sure. It was an absolute shock to me. I had no prior knowledge, and talking with other elected officials that represent Alton also had no idea. So we generally don't like surprises like that, but there's what's worse is that the employees were just left completely in the lurch. Many of them that I've heard from read about it online on RiverBender when the article was released, and that's just an absolutely terrible way to learn that you just lost your job.
It's heartbreaking, honestly, from our standpoint, to read some of those and say, "Can I wake up my husband or significant other and let them know?"
Exactly,
type of thing.
And I mean, it's not just the job, but their insurance was cut off at the end of January, I'm told. And that's just so distressing for families with kids and people that have ongoing health conditions. It's just so jarring, and I just feel so bad for people. We did have a successful rapid response workshop last Friday at the Steelworkers Union on Broadway, and the room was packed. So I was glad to see that people came out. They heard from Department of Employment Security, Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity. I think most importantly was Madison County Employment and Training, but also Get Covered Illinois, which is kind of the Illinois Insurance Exchange, was there too. So I think those were important things for people to hear from. And then there's a job fair this coming Friday at the Union Hall as well. So I'm sure that people will be taking advantage of that.
And not to put you on the spot, the only thing I saw from this was that there's a potential of, some job openings in Granite City. Have you heard the same thing?
Yes, there have been. And in fact, when Granite City announced that they're going to be restarting the blast furnace, they were going to be needing 400 employees. So while this is just a blessing that many of these Alton Steel employees could find opportunities there, we certainly didn't want this to happen in Alton. But I do know, thankfully, the unions have, talked to each other and said, come over, here's how you can apply. You can be hired pretty quickly. So I think that's really a blessing. But I think one thing we have to remember, there's going to be probably further repercussions in other businesses that provided services and goods to Alton Steel that may also have to cut back or lose employees. And so I don't think we're done seeing the ramifications of what happened last Monday.
What's the process look like really for your office and even a statewide office when it comes to a closure of a major infrastructure plant or facility? Is there much that can be done the moment it happens? Because I know that some people said, what about, notices? No one had any. Is there any, I guess, repercussion or any other work that can be done to really combat what happened?
Well, the first thing I think that we think of when we get those surprising announcements are supporting the employees, because that's really the most important thing right there.
Yeah.
The company had already made their decision. There was really nothing that we could do to change that. I will say, working with companies prior to something like that goes on all the time at the state level, with local level. Like, those things happen all the time with many different companies of all sizes. And that is something that you can't do generally the day that you announce a closure like that. And so, unfortunately, I think once you make that announcement and have made that decision, we have to first support the employees and try to help them find new employment.
And so I guess the best thing to do now is just stay tuned and really just stay updated and seeing where the news follows next on that
definitely,
plan.
Definitely. And I think, we don't fully understand what really happened, frankly, because we were so surprised by that, and the company's not able to be forthcoming with a whole lot of details with us right now. There's legal issues, financial issues, bank issues. We don't know all the ins and outs. Someone does, but they're not, wanting to share that publicly, and I get that, but I'm sure more will come out. But we hear a lot from the employees themselves.
Well, I'm sure. And, as we move on into other issues that are affecting District 111, and I know that's one that we'll be following and really trying to keep everyone updated with, what are you hearing about the most right now? Is it affordability? Is that truly the big word right now?
I think it is, yes. And, unfortunately, American Water just announced last week another rate request. I think it's important for people to realize that's an 11-month process that they go in front of the Illinois Commerce Commission to apply. So this is just an application for a rate increase. The ICC actually has been denying and reducing rate requests from the electric utilities recently. So I think American Water even knows that they're going to face a lot of scrutiny on that. Once those applications are made to the ICC, our offices can't, we can provide input on those, but we don't have legislative, authority to stop what the ICC is doing at this time. But we definitely keep an eye on what they're asking for, because anytime a utility asks for rates, like the ratepayers, you, me, businesses, everybody pays those rates. So this is not something that the government is funding it from some nebulous fund. Utility rates are coming from ratepayers, which is all of us that pay bills.
Well, and so with the American Water side, and we aired that proposal or that rate request. With it coming to electric and other utilities, I think that's so important for the public to know too, is that legislators can only theoretically do so much when it comes to this. There's certain processes and red tape to follow. And is it just really making sure that there's awareness for other, if it's utility bill assistance, if it's things like that can really help? Because sometimes I think people want direct change, where we can maybe wave a magic wand and get the rates lower on things across the board, and that's just not possible.
It's not possible once it's in effect, but the important thing that a legislator can do is not vote for the things that cause those rates to have to be increased.
Yeah.
So when you look at water rates, significant investment is having to go into replacing lead service lines by an arbitrary deadline date that the state of Illinois has put into place. When you talk about electric rates, the sudden and dramatic shift to renewable resources like wind and solar, again, arbitrary deadline dates that the state has put into place before we were ready to transition away from coal and natural gas. And we will never be really ready to transition away from that. And the fact that we've put those dates in and now it's crisis mode, that affects capacity, especially on the electric grid. We've seen some recent announcements say we need to be conserving electric, and all those things that we vote on absolutely affect people's rates. There is sometimes a time lag.
Yeah.
And so it is hard to know that my no votes and my advocacy against those things are, you don't necessarily connect the dots on that. But when those rates are announced or rates are increased, please know I have voted no on the policies that made those rate increases necessary for those utilities.
Is it because they're lumped into larger packages of bills and becomes a partisan vote?
Oftentimes, yes. There are things in there that are so complicated, dropped at the last minute. And those are reasons alone to vote no on some of this silliness. But we do the best that we can. But we know that, if you're going to vote yes for these things, you should be prepared to answer your constituents later as to why their electric bills are going up. So I want people to know I have consistently voted no on the things that are making your utility bills go up.
Well, I find it really relieving in a way to know that some of the issues that are being faced are actually local issues. It's not maybe taking a national issue and campaigning on it like we have seen in the past. And, whenever you're meeting, does it surprise you whenever you hear that it is more affordability related things? Does it relieve you in a way that maybe the national side of politics that you might see up north isn't trickling back down into the district yet?
Right. I think as much as politicians sometimes want to make those national events very local, really ultimately people tend to tune that out. Not always, but many times they tune that out because they're more worried about putting food on the table, getting to work the next day, paying their utility bills. And as long as local politicians and elected officials keep their eye on that, I think that's the best way that we can help people.
We're having a conversation with Representative Amy Elik of District 111. We'll take a quick break and come back as we talk more about some of the issues coming up this next year and the campaign itself. You stay there and we'll be here.
Struggling with depression that just won't go away? At Precision TMS, we offer a non-invasive, drug-free treatment designed to target the areas of the brain linked to mood regulation. Using FDA-cleared transcranial magnetic stimulation, gentle magnetic pulses help reactivate underperforming brain circuits without surgery or sedation. Many patients experience real relief, even after other treatments haven't worked. Our experienced team provides personalized care every step of the way. Contact Precision TMS today to see if TMS therapy is right for you.
Accidents happen in a heartbeat, but lives change forever. Whether it's a car crash, workplace injury, medical malpractice, or wrongful death, you don't have to face the consequences alone. Keith Short and Associates brings over 33 years of experience and a reputation for fighting fiercely for your rights. For relentless representation that you can trust, call Keith Short and Associates at 618-254-0055 today for a free consultation.
Do you need to declutter your space? Time to call me, the Queen of Junk. Since 1993, we have grown to be the leader in residential, commercial, and property management junk removal. At Sparks Junk Removal, we are eco-friendly. We recycle, donate, or repurpose items back into our community. Trash is our last resort to the landfill. Plus, with our all-inclusive service, our crews handle everything from labor to lifting and landfill fees. Give us a call or visit our website, sparksjunkremoval.net, to reclaim your space today.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible, covering auto, home, business, and life insurance. Our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
What's up? It's Mike Keith. What's up, bro? Good, my guy. Back to spotlight other amazing alumni and how they discovered their path at Lewis and Clark. Let's jump into it. This is Dwight Wirtz, president of Wirtz Welding and Tank Service, the nation's premier distributor of tank trailer parts. Dwight has been an outspoken and long-time supporter of the college and is the current chairperson of Lewis and Clark Board of Trustees. Oh, and he's a Lewis and Clark grad.
I'm Dwight Wirtz, and I am a trailblazer.
Throughout all life stages, you need someone in your corner, guiding you on your health and wellness journey. At OSF Healthcare, that's your primary care provider. Your OSF primary care provider is there for every stage of life. Find a provider today at osfhealthcare.org/primary.
Welcome back, Daily Show. Back with Representative Amy Elik and District 111, getting the update as we approach the midterm. And, you know, the only thing I'd ask you is, are you worried about turnout for a midterm?
Yes, always. I mean, I think that like the party that's energized will turn out their supporters. Democrats are very good at turning out their supporters. I mean, Republicans, we've got to make sure that we turn out, and it's certainly a concern in the midterm. There are some districts, some areas where turnout helps lower turnout helps Republicans. So it's a district by district evaluation, but generally I am very focused on making sure that people turn out to vote. And because I just personally think it's like a civic responsibility to vote. So I always tell people, get educated and go out to vote.
Well, absolutely. And the midterms and consolidated elections really bother me because that's when turnout should be the highest, you know?
I agree.
So going in, you have Valentine's Day for veterans coming up.
I do. My office sponsors, I think this is the 6th year we've done Valentine's for veterans, and we ask folks that if you have some time and want to make some Valentines, personal Valentines, some people do buy Valentine's cards and sign them, and that's fine too, but drop them by my office and we deliver those right before Valentine's Day to local long-term care facilities and make sure that veterans just feel appreciated and loved on Valentine's Day.
Absolutely. And we'll make sure we link that and recap that in the write-up, too, to make sure we give them that opportunity at home.
Great.
Coming up, I'm sure House bills and all the fun stuff is getting ready. Are you in the process of that?
Yeah, I have a whole basket of bills that I'll be filing here, and any minute now, actually. I've got a few ready to go, and then Friday is the bill filing deadline for the House and Senate. So there's going to be hundreds, if not 1,000 or more bills filed this week by all of the senators and representatives. But keep in mind the bills from last year are still in effect because it's a 2-year legislative calendar. So even if I don't file something now, if I had already filed it in the past, those are bills that are still available.
That's good to know.
My bills and everybody else's bills. So if something that you didn't like died last year, it could certainly come back this year too.
Well, and that's why it's good to stay up to date. And really, I know that you have a mailer where you update the district, and you can get that through your website, correct?
Sure.
Well, and before I let you go, the governor's budget address is coming up. What are you looking at, I guess, is the best question to ask you when it comes to this address. And really, what should District 111 be thinking about in your mind as we hear it or as we read some of the recaps?
Sure. Well, one thing is that is kind of my Super Bowl for the legislative session as a CPA, and I've been the one of the House Republican budgeteers. So we spend a lot of time prepping, and our staff spends a lot of time prepping. We get a copy ahead of time, just slightly ahead of time, so that we can go through and review. But we definitely evaluate that to see what is the governor proposing. And so that week, in a couple weeks, it's the week of February 17th, 18th, 19th, is going to be a very busy week. And so you'll probably expect I'll do press on that week. But I definitely am concerned that the governor and the party in power will focus on things that are making life more expensive for people in Illinois versus making them more affordable. I think we've had a mismatch on what we think will make life more affordable and what the majority party has actually enacted, which has been making life more expensive for Illinoisans.
The one thing I want to follow up with is I keep seeing on social media that there's some, I not rumors, but I guess thoughts. Was there any money taken out of construction budget for downstate Illinois,
Yes.
and is it affecting our infrastructure improvements in our area?
Yes, there was a transportation bill passed in the veto session in October. The percentage of money that has traditionally gone to the downstate road funds was greatly reduced to going to downstate. And so obviously we are all extremely concerned about the road projects, the other types of projects that go through the road fund that affect all of us downstate. Now, keep in mind, downstate to people in Chicago is everything outside of Chicago. So downstate to them also includes Rockford, and we just have different definitions of what is downstate. But yeah, it was a very dramatic shift in the road funds towards Northern Illinois. And again, I vote no on those things that affect our area so greatly. It is a little unclear how exactly, I should say, how quickly it's going to affect downstate.
Okay, that was my
I've also heard that there are fixes that potentially could be made. So I think as we go through this spring, I will see, are those fixes going to get made to restore us to what we need?
And I don't mean this to be a fear-mongering question or anything, but could projects technically stop if this isn't?
Yes.
So even if they're already in progress, these could stop. And
if it's in progress, I don't have as big of a concern on that. I'm worried about the things that are close to starting.
Gotcha.
Is what I would be worried about. But I would also say, let's face it, folks, there are many roads around here, Fosterburg Road being one of them, that has been a thorn in my side for many years, that we are waiting on a funding to come to the city to fix that. And those are the things that I worry about, the things that we already know are in desperate need of repair that just get pushed back even further. So yeah, I keep a very close eye on that.
Well, it's always great chatting with you and really getting some updates on the district. Before I let you go, I know that you don't have a primary opponent, do you? Mm-mm. So that's always got to feel good.
Yes.
What are you hoping the public gets the most out of in your campaign for re-election this next year?
Sure. I think that, and something I mentioned at my fundraiser last week, I have always told people who I am and what I believe in, and I think I've kept the promises that I made. So I have used my experience as a CPA to get deep into the weeds on the budget and financial issues, the pension issues that the state has, and tried to improve those. I have, again, voted no on things that are making life more expensive for Illinoisans. Those are just a couple examples of the things that I will continue to do for the people of the district.
Well, and Representative Elik, I know we'll be chatting again, I'm sure, before the midterm. But thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you so much.
Thank you to all of you. We're out of time today. I'll see you back here live at 9 for more Daily Show tomorrow. Until then, as always, try your best to stay out of jail.